Hello, besties. Welcome to Martinis with Eddie, your ultimate destination for everything Bravo. Join me as we spill the tea, dissect the drama, and uncork the juiciest gossip from your favorite reality TV shows. We are back with another Vanderpump Rules panel. Like I said before, there's so much to talk about that it's hard for me to do it on my own, and I would rather to talk about this heavy topic that is Scandoval with dear friends. I had invited a set of panelists. I would say one of the best in the game. They know everything. They are on top of the news, and I'm excited to bring each and one of them to the stage. I'm gonna start with Kristen, known as Philly Diva. Hi.
Hi.
How are
my God,
you?
I'm so excited. I am like chomping at the bits to discuss the Vanderpump rules of it all. Like I even got my mint green nails to go at her. Like I'm gonna show you how to do mint green.
Perfect. Now let's bring Caitlin from Besties by Bravo. Hello, Bestie.
Hi. And I was so pleasantly surprised to see Kristen joining. I love her. Okay, I'm sorry.
I love you.
Like, seriously, I was so excited to see you. And yeah, I'm excited to be here. Look, Kristen, I'm glad you got mint green instead of the white nail polish because, y'all, even Glamour Magazine said it is canceled. No more white nail polish for the summer. Maybe next summer we'll try again. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for having me again, Eddie.
My pleasure. Now let's bring one of my dear friends, Miss Mocha Minute. Hi, Stephanie.
Sandoval's a liar. Sandoval's a liar.
Sandoval's
is that the hit of that's the bop of the summer? Megan Thee Stallion's taking a break, so we need another bop. Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
You read my mind, Stephanie. Oh my gosh.
It's like, I'm like every time I talk about pump rules, Sandoval's a liar. Sandoval. I cannot.
It's just one of those earworms that get stuck in there.
It's stuck there.
And now I want to bring to the stage the co-host of Bravo Breaking News, known as Lisa Nat Rena. Hi, Lisa K.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to dive in and talk about all of this madness with you.
It's been quite the crazy couple of months for all of us Bravo content creators with this whole entire scandal, you guys.
We're tired.
It's a lot.
We're tired.
This has been the longest 3 months I think I've ever experienced in my life. Because that first week, remember, we got a lot that first week. It was
an avalanche.
We got the Ralph Pittman and Drew divorce. We got Scandoval. We got some Lenny, drama. So it was a lot that first week from the husbands.
Potomac girls, Robin and well, when is Juan Dixon not doing something?
Yeah.
Well, apparently his wife, allegedly.
Oh, you guys!
But it was a busy first week of March.
Overtime in the Dixon district. Okay, I'm a contractual worker, and I have a certain time frame.
I know.
It's never the spring.
If only Juan Dixon can join you on your time frame.
See, Kristen,
I find.
I'm sorry.
Talking about Scandoval. Last night, the episode from last night was it was kind of more focused on the other castmates, on their personal journey on the show, and I think was a break. Even though Scandoval was always the main topic of the conversation, it was also nice to see whatever the other people were doing during the show.
It's like, we don't care, girl. Go back to roasting Tom Sandoval. So talk about girl, we don't care. Anyway.
Think about it, because what would we really have? Lala was going through her thing early in the season because, we were all finding out about Randall. Like, that happened, and we thought that would be the season. Like, we really thought that was the season.
And the divorce.
And the divorce. So, as somebody who did not watch Vanderpump Rules. You have to forgive me. I'm having a battle of wits with my cat. Like, as for somebody who did not watch Vanderpump
I thought
Rules,
it was about Pump Rules. I'm like, what cat is on Vanderpump Rules?
I know.
this one that's really trying to get this camera shine
like,
right
I
now.
am
Like, this is the Rachel
like,
of pets.
If he's like,
He wants her
excuse
moment.
me,
You mean because
excuse
he's
me.
showing his butthole to the camera?
Any second.
I would wait a minute. Is he trying to like go toe to toe with Eddie? What's happening here?
Like, any second. So yeah, as somebody who's, fairly new, like I saw the earlier episodes, the show just didn't really grab me. I was really invested this season. Like I was invested. Because I heard about Randall. Like this was also the beginning of the Philly Diva journey.
So were you invested? Were you invested pre-Scandoval?
No, I could care less. I could care less.
Girl, welcome
I did
to
not
the
like
party.
Nazi Sati. I didn't like. Yeah, like I knew about the things. Like I knew about the things, but I just could not care. I didn't skip.
Yeah,
like
we
I just
can't
had no
take
investment.
can't take it all on. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So-
what you with
Yeah.
Below Deck.
There's
That's how I feel about
1,000
Southern Charm.
Yes.
So I get
Yes,
it. It's like
I
I hopped
agree.
off of Southern Charm. So I get it. I was like, girl, I can't.
Yeah.
I've never seen Winter House for very two distinct reasons, and I
You're not
refuse to
missing a lot.
watch.
Same. Winter and Summer House. I have not gotten
I
on
could-
board because I'm like, my plate is full. You
Yeah,
have to
here's
drop the
like-
line.
Early
people, I
Summer
love
House is
you.
good.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's like everybody who's like talking about Summer House now. Obviously, y'all have never seen The Workers Circus. You've never seen it.
wild.
You've never seen it, and you think Messy Boo Steve. Steven is my boo, but he was the messiest person in that house.
I don't know, man. Hub houses. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We're on Vanderpump Rules. My
We're on
bad.
Vanderpump. Like, sorry. But look, y'all, we have 3 reunions this week. 3. It's
Oh,
like,
sh-
what the heck
true.
is that? I was like, Summer House,
head.
Jersey, and Vanderpump Rules. I'm like,
And they are
It's a
all
lot.
wild. And they were all wild. Like so far, every single one of those reunions has given something. Like I was not expecting Summer House reunion to be any interesting. And
Right?
I'm kind of
'cause
surprised.
it's usually not.
It's usually not like a big deal.
That's
they
usually when
they
Paige
checked
clocks in. No shade. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All
Mhm.
shade. That's
No,
when
that's
she clocks
true.
in.
You're so right. You're so
She
right
wakes
because
from her nap that she took the whole season and it's like, so anyway, fuck you, Lindsay. Like, wait, what is happening right now?
Yeah, I
so
saw
true.
a meme of like 3 people who were just laying in bed, and I'm like, this is what we're watching.
With
I-
a messy room. That room just gave me anxiety.
Oh my
Like,
Lisa,
God.
you know it's something moldy and little flies are flying around. I'm like,
no,
if y'all,
I can't.
if y'all cleaned more, y'all would not be focusing on Lindsay and Carl because you'd be so busy.
yeah, very busy.
So of the three, what's been the best reunion this week?
Okay.
Ooh.
That's a good
this week,
question.
Summer House to me.
I would
Now,
say
Summer House has
Jersey.
given me the worst wardrobes because I haven't watched it. So for me,
so bad.
that's always entertainment. Like,
bad.
I think that they need a theme. Like, okay,
They need
No,
to
there
think,
was
what,
a
theme.
what is y'all theme?
There was a
No.
theme, but they got the theme in different ways. It's supposed to be summer in the Hamptons, like pastel colors, and
then they should all be wearing blue if it's summer in the Hamptons. They should
Summer
be
in
wearing
the
shades of blue.
Like pastels.
I'm Lindsay's
like-
a disco ball. We've got Maya
Right.
looking like the Little Mermaid, and then what?
A
Like
great
Paige,
value, Little Mermaid at that.
I mean, yeah, and then
It was-
Paige is coming in looking like a bridesmaid with
She
her
looked
like,
like a fucking
giant.
barnacle. I'm like, what?
Like,
Wasn't that Lindsay Lohan?
it
or
was
something like that
definitely
on
a
movie?
barnacle dress.
Yeah.
It was just like, Paige, you be on the Amazon Live giving the girls fashions, and yet I'm looking at you, and it's like a full-on Monet. It's a big
not a
Cheers to
Monet.
that.
Looks better from far away, honey.
No, but honey, y'all close. It's like,
Up close, it's a big old mess.
it's like, y'all are really pretty people. It's like,
I
Yeah,
know.
they're
Summer
very
House
good
is one of
looking
the
people.
most beautiful casts, like hands
Yeah.
down.
I
But I'm
mean-
like, y'all can't dress as a
Listen,
collective.
You know it's bad.
I
when
don't
they're going
know
to
who
Oklahoma
styles
now
the
and you-
Potomac women or who comes up
Mm.
with the Potomac women for their reunions or
Mm.
the Atlanta women for their promos, but that's who needs to style every reunion, maybe except for Jersey, but every promo look, every reunion, they nail it out of the park every single time.
Yeah.
Like
Atlanta hits with the fashion where they're not hitting this season. So
oh God.
Bravo needs to put no IG Jeremy under contract. They really do. Get no IG Jeremy right the fuck on in this. I'm like, hey, you should hire this guy.
I'm gonna say that Jersey is given this reunion. I mean, I don't like every single outfit. Obviously, I don't know what Rachel was thinking. I don't know where she was going. Maybe she thought she was going to Disneyland.
Maybe she asked the Ninja Turtles that she lived with that rat.
I mean, it's a weird dress, but I'm kind of like,
Rachel looks like Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
I agree.
On crack.
Listen, Eddie, you're gonna kill me. You're gonna kill me for this. So I'm sorry. I know you adore Jen Aiden. Jen Aiden is too beautiful for that mother of the bride dress she is wearing. I don't understand. Jen is gorgeous. She has all the money in the world. I want her to get a stylist for this because she deserves better. And she deserves better. Okay.
She really does. I'm a Jen Aiden lover too. So me and Eddie are like, we love our Turkish delight.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't dislike Jen. I think she's hilarious when she's not going low and being mean. I love she and Margaret. They don't realize are two sides.
They're
of the
two
same
sides
coin.
of the same coin.
Yeah,
they're the same damn actual.
They are. When they're not being mean, they are hysterical. Like Jen is so fast and so funny. I just want to see her stop going low. And same for Margaret. I'm sick of them going like. Anyway.
I think if Margaret stops going low, I think that Jen will also, because Jen is very reactionary.
Yes.
Very.
Like Margaret is going to poke the bear because she's just. I'm not saying she is a villain. I'm just saying
nothing going on.
I'm saying she's a villain.
Philly Diva did not say you, Margaret, are a villain. I am saying that you are in your villain era on the show.
Lisa?
I feel like they're both obsessed with being the number one girl in the group. And
having the last word. They want to have the mic drop. They're like, you slept with the help. I'm like, ma'am, how are you telling Danielle she ruined the marriage and you literally were married to somebody else and Joe's married to somebody else? You talking about Danielle trying to break up a family?
Well,
Joe broke up too.
Lisa, I think you're right. And I'm going to say, I think they're struggling because everybody knows that Tree is the number one girl in the group.
Right.
Like, Tree is the number one. Whether you like her or not, it is her show. She's the number one girl in the group. Mm-hmm. Now we are then fighting for number 3 position. We're not fighting for number 2 because as long as Melissa keeps arguing with Trey, she's the number 2 girl in the group. As long as she's married to a Gorga, she's the number 2 girl in the group. Then it is falling on Margaret and Jen because what they don't realize is Dolores is the number 3 girl in the group. Like,
I was going to say Dolores. I love her.
Dolores. Patterson Dolores, Black Dolores, Irish Dolores, whatever you want to call Dolores. That's the number 1. Truthfully, she's the number 1 girl in the group. Like,
see, I tell y'all that's something really funny. My mother's never watched Jersey. She saw a picture of Dolores and said, "Who that black lady?" I said, "Bye, girl." Like, bye.
She absolutely looks like one of my cousins. She could be from North Philly.
Who's that black lady? I'm like,
that tan is.
I'm like, Mom, she's Italian, and she went, "Oh, okay, yeah, that tracks."
Yeah, she has this beautiful olive Italian skin, and then she has her Jersey tan on top of it.
Yeah. It's both.
It's both. I'm like, I am on the floor. I'm like, do you know how many people make jokes and call her Black Dolores? She's like, she's not. I'm like, she's Italian. She went, oh.
Now that was a Monet moment.
I said, oh my God.
It's all in love, Dolores. All in love.
I love Dolo.
Oh yeah, I love Dolo too.
Listen, she gave us "Welcome Back, Scumbag." I will never not love.
Lives
that,
in my head rent free.
Absolutely.
Like,
you guys, so I know we're excited with Jersey, but we need to talk about Vanderpump Rules, y'all. This is like, I mean, if we're gonna sit here and talk about all this stuff, we're just gonna talk about everything. But let's talk about Vanderpump Rules for a little bit because there are stuff on the episode that I really want to talk about with you guys. The first stuff that I want to ask you guys, especially you ladies, I think this was a comment that Scandoval made, it would be more offensive to you guys because that was disgusting. When I heard what he said, I think it was completely misogynistic. He said like, I pulled your IUD the day you found out Stassi was pregnant. I think that was disgusting. Not just because he was trying to go below the belt with Lala, but it just came out like the typical man that just was looking for anything that is very personal for a woman. So I want to know you guys' opinions on that.
Yeah.
So, speaking as a woman who chooses that form of birth control, you piece of scum asshole. Excuse my language. Like, that's the nicest way I can put it on YouTube. Like, one, that process is ridiculously uncomfortable.
It is painful.
It's painful.
Yeah, it's painful.
Like, it's not something people go into lightly. Secondly, it's a 5-year thing. So more than likely, if my friend and I made our appointments at the same time to go get them done, more than likely, it's time for us to get them replaced or taken out around the same time. That's just how the science of it works. So,
but I mean,
that made my
regardless, like,
skin
what
crawl.
was his point in saying that it didn't have anything to do with anything? I think he was trying to say like, oh, you were just trying to stay relevant, and so you had
you're
a baby.
You're trying to be like your
And
friend.
baby.
Like,
It's just gross. And I was like, I honestly was like, that it didn't even. He's just such a piece of shit that it didn't even like
Didn't land.
with
No.
me.
they didn't land.
But I think it's gross.
The thing is, too, I said this on your last live, Eddie, so I'm sorry that I'm being repetitive here, but women's reproductive rights right now in this country are in jeopardy. And you want to sit here and say she pulled out the IUD. I'm going to, without being graphic, explain this. There's a certain part of a female's body that does not open up unless she is in labor with a child coming out. And guess what? That part of your body has to open up for an IUD to go in. The first time I tried to get it, I started blacking out and I had to stop the process. I ended up getting it done later on, but I'm going to tell you, it is not comfortable in, and it is not comfortable out.
Not comfortable out.
No.
It is painful. So for him to say you pulled that out, and no, she and Stassi, I think they're friends, but I mean, they were all the same age. I actually happened to get pregnant very close to the same time all of these girls did. So my baby is turning 2 in July, very close in the same time. We're all around the same age. I'm 34. I was in my early 30s. I was ready to go ahead. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to fucking do it now. So, and then when we hear Lala, y'all remember at Lisa's, whenever it was Sheena's, her bridal shower or something like that. And when James said, oh, I'm going to pop a few babies in Alley. Well, Lala got onto him and said,
that's such a great impression, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I can't stop, won't stop. And so, and Lala says to him, that's not how you talk about bringing a child into the world. So we know how she feels about it. God,
Yeah,
sorry,
like,
long rant.
No, I mean, but you're right. Lala may be many things. Again, I have a year in moments. Like, I get that. But to me, it seems like the one thing she's very kind of serious about is family. So I wouldn't think that children are something that she would, even you know what I mean, being a mom. That's just, it doesn't seem like it makes sense. So he was just saying it to, make her, again, to put her down, to make her seem like an awful woman and an awful mother. Like, all of these things are quintessential Scandoval to make the person he's arguing with feel less of a human.
Right.
Yes.
What did you guys think about when they go into the trailer and Tom is sort of giving Raquel a heads up and he's like, it's rough out there. Yeah. And he said, he says they are painting us out to be pathological liars. And she responds, which we know we aren't. The only thing we've lied about is the affair.
Do you know how many lies you had to fucking tell doing that? You are a pathological liar.
Exactly. The lies that go into like perpetuating this affair for months and hiding it from everyone. Oh my God.
Do it. So Lisa, I'm glad you brought that up, because did anybody else notice that Tom Sandoval was operating as if she was not watching? He was like, oh, okay.
I don't think he realized
he
that
didn't realize it.
You're so right.
Yes.
He probably just thought she was just being sequestered in the trailer, and she's like, I've been watching it. He went, oh, okay.
Oh,
And they're playing
And you know
Candy
what?
Crush.
He didn't know. He didn't know. It's like,
when Rachel said that, oh, the only thing that we like was the affair, I'm like, women, that's exactly what it is all about.
That's
this
big
lie that you guys created by, you know, I yell at my TV so loud that I think I woke up every single person in my neighborhood.
Did Kristen's cat come over there and say, shut that noise up?
Yeah.
Well, I was smart enough to go watch this at the bar.
Same.
Yeah, I took myself out. The Bravos had they hosted an event at a local bar, and I took myself out and drove myself down there and paid for the parking.
I'm screaming.
No, I had a great time.
I did the whole thing.
I did this. I left. I turned right at that light. You gotta get. So for everybody that like watched it like out in public, what was that experience like? Because we're watching it in our house.
It was hilarious.
Really?
It was magic. Because
I
people
encourage
were
you
like,
to find a watch party. I encourage
now I need
you.
to find one. Anybody know?
People
any
got
Baltimore, please
silent.
let me know.
Oh, I'm sure there's one in Baltimore. Oh my gosh,
I hope
go on
so.
Reddit.
gonna
Go
have
on
to.
Reddit in the Vanderpump Rules subreddit. They have a lot of those posted there. Go ask.
Oh, okay.
Check it out. Like, just
Oh my
Google
goodness.
Baltimore Vanderpump Rules watch party. And that's how I found the one here. And when I tell you, I was up front screaming my head off, and I was like, Caitlin, you're in public. You can't scream like that.
I'm with my people. They get it.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all, the collective gasp when Sandoval said the IUD thing. I mean, it was all women. I'm going to be honest. There were no men in this bar. I'm in Denver. So, I mean, you know. And I mean, the collective gasp at the only thing Tom Sandoval possesses, which is the sheer audacity. We all just went, oh.
And the thing about it is, I missed it when I watched it. Then I saw it on Peacock. I'm like, wait, what the fuck did he just say to her?
Yes.
I'm
He's
like,
lucky Lala did not hear that.
I don't think she did.
Can I ask y'all, because
She
this has
said
been
that
confusing
she said
me.
that on a live. She said like I did not hear what he said, and then she kind of replied to him. So yeah, it's intense.
Can I just ask y'all a collective question here? Whenever Rachel had the, again, well, all she has is audacity as well, to bring up that she didn't like the intimacy that was being presented about he and Ariana's relationship and how it seemed like it was this solid relationship, and she didn't like that. And his answer in reply was about Ariana criticizing his fashion and then suddenly complimenting it.
Yeah, I mean, he was basically like, oh, she made it 180 and she started gassing me up again, basically, to use her term, and, you know, making him think that he was so great. And then that kind of changed things for him. But it just, I think you're right that he didn't know that she was watching that.
Yeah.
And I do think that he was telling Raquel a different story. You know what I mean? Like he was.
Ooh, that makes
he
more
was
sense
not,
now.
Yeah, he was telling her that they were not sleeping together anymore and that stuff. I'm sure of it.
I think you're very, very spot on with that, because that's quintessential Tom. Like he was, same thing with Kristen was saying this, like, you were telling me one thing, but I was trying to work it out with you. Like, I remember that. Like, there are just certain things that, and they'll go back. Like he does it, like blaming intimacy on cheating, blaming real relationship problems, like
That are normal.
that are normal, that you have to sit down and talk through. Well, I feel this way. I feel this way. Well, I'm reacting to you doing this. Well, you can kiss my ass because I don't feel that way. Like, however you argue.
About couples counseling. I'm like,
Yes.
That's what mature people do.
Yeah, like she said, you figure it out or break up. That's it. You
they
better
have
break
a
up with me
fucking
before you
mortgage.
cheat
I'm
on
like,
me.
you're
Yo,
figuring.
you better
shit
break up
out.
with me before I get toxic.
It's like we have signed a mortgage. We have a new house.
Put that on a t-shirt.
My name is Sophie.
And it just may be there, Bravo kind. You better break up with me before I get toxic.
No, Chris. Yeah, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
This is only water, guys. I promise.
I was like, what is she drinking? I think it's water. Wait a minute.
I promise. This is Buble sparkling water.
Or spirits that are clear.
Nope. Buble sparkling water.
Listen, I cannot wait for us to have. I can't wait for us to have all the wines at BravoCon. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
You know what I noticed though? I was very shocked to see that even though Rachel was trying to, confront Sandoval, all that he did was like trying to gaslighting her into feeling like, okay, no, you didn't see that, you didn't hear that. This is not what happened. Look over here. This is the shiny object that we have to talk about right now.
Look over there.
Oh my god, Kristen, she's like your cat dangling the.
Yeah,
and then he just throws a fit, about wanting a break and you don't understand, like we need to, I have to watch what we say and blah blah blah, and it's like, yeah, no shit, that's why we need the cameras on you so that you can't go off and scheme.
We are literally following you to get your reality
together
on a reality show.
That's why we
know
if
you want to be alone while you're taking a shit.
Right, it's like, sir, then maybe you should like do this. Text her from somewhere else. Why am I teaching y'all how to do shit? It's like, if y'all are
I'm going to be honest. I don't know why they just didn't start texting.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, the producer flat out gave you the cheat code. He said, if y'all two gonna be together, we're gonna film them. They're at lunch, they're filming. That's why we didn't see Schwartz and we didn't see Vanderpump, because Pinky was somewhere by herself.
Now, Can you imagine trying to text with Rachel though? Y'all, no, that's.
I mean, they can go back to FaceTime, the demon that it is. I want to shout out Lola Broadhead, because I am like screaming at the fact that she just called Tom Sandoval the dollar store Liberace of WeHo. I'm like, that is now his name.
Nailed it.
The dollar store Liberace of WeHo. Yes.
Sure is.
That's it.
No, and I'm honestly, if I was a producer for that show and Sandoval was having a whole full of like baby tantrum to me, I'll be like, shut the fuck up. You've been doing this for 10 years. You know the rules.
Yeah.
Like,
You
sit
should
down.
know better. You're not new to this. Tom, you've been here since day one. Why are you making his job harder?
Because he wanted to coach her.
Yeah.
And
like, let's keep it real. He wanted to coach her. Yeah. He didn't know that she was watching. You're absolutely right. He did not know that she was watching. So now that he has to focus,
he's like,
regroup, and coach.
Yeah.
Yes. He had his lies ready to go.
Eddie, I love that on Instagram or on Twitter you were like, but P.S. that producer's hot, and you tagged him. You're like, hey,
he kind of is.
Hey, he was hot.
No, he was pretty cute. It's something about the bald head. All he needed was a beard, and I was there.
He looked like he really was like this close to like beating his ass. I'm like, can you just sir, we're not doing this with you. You've been here too long. You know how this goes. Yeah. Sir, go eat your cheese sandwich in your trailer and leave me alone.
Go eat your Fire Festival food that was provided for you specifically.
It's like, sir. I'm like, I don't understand the IUD thing, because I'm sitting here like, Sandoval, you fucked up.
Big time.
Why are you acting like they don't have space and opportunity? But sidebar, I really do. I feel this way. James, Lala, shut the fuck up. The person that literally should be, every time he breathes, she should be saying something, is Ariana. That is the person who really should be digging in his ass. So like, Lauren, shut up.
I think that Ariana gets to a point where they showed him say something, and she was like, shh, and just was like, no from you, nothing from you.
You know what was the best part? I feel like between Ariana and Sandoval, when Sandoval was trying to kind of like make Jane feel in some kind of way, because allegedly he slapped some girl's ass at a event or whatever. We don't know that. That's what Sandoval said. But then Ariana said like, he said like, at least I don't slap girls' asses. And Ariana said, like, yeah, you go and fuck them. You fuck them. You fuck my friend.
And there we go. I'm like, yep, Ariana, keep doing
it. And that was really kind of the catalyst. Every time Tom says, but I didn't do this. No, but you got drunk and messed, you fucked your girlfriend's friend.
But also,
like, what?
But also, lest we not forget, roll tape from Mexico when he's drunk and smacks Raquel's ass.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for saying that.
I forgot all about that.
Oh my God.
He sure did. Because that was Raquel. Raquel. That night.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
That weird night. I think that something happened.
Yes. I really wish production showed that clip. I'm happy that I saw people showing it online because it definitely showcased the type of like liar that Scandoval is. He is a pathological liar.
He's a liar.
Because somebody who manipulates people into saying whatever he wants to, whatever he needs to be said, is a liar, So now even Ariana was calling him out. I don't know if you guys saw the Peacock extended version, which, by the way, I almost punched my iPad because I was watching it on my iPad this morning. I almost punched it on the screen when I saw his ass saying like, "You too, motherfucker." I'm like, did you just call Ariana motherfucker? I would.
Just call James motherfucker because nobody caught that one. It's like
I was like, if I was in that set, I would have had slapped his ass like across the stage.
I'm watching it at work. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I'm watching it at work, and I'm like, who the f you think you're talking to?
Exactly.
Like, who do you really think on God's green earth that you are talking to where you think that this is okay, one, to speak to a female that way.
Yes.
Yeah. And then two, to speak to the person who's had your back for the last 9 years. Like,
lied for you,
just like
Miami girl.
When she said, I loved you when you wore skinny jeans and black combat boots.
That was hysterical, but I was also sobbing.
Like when you had a 96 Honda Civic.
And no money.
Like, I know that cut him down to the white meat. And I want that for her. Like,
that's what I'm like. He did the same thing. He did the same thing. And I didn't mean to cut you off, but like in the scene with him and Ariana in the house, when he started yelling at her, and it's like, you right now need to just sit and take it. Whatever it is, you sit and take it. You do not come back and try to yell at her. And he's doing it again. And it's like, he's just not showing any remorse.
Lisa, you never dated a man like a Scandoval, have you?
Oh no, God, no.
I'm
lucky you.
Lucky you is right, because I'm going to tell you what, those of us who have, we knew exactly he was going to do that. That's exactly what he was going to do. He was going to bring up things that were humiliating for her. He wasn't just going to say things that were like, oh, I'm going to blame you for this. He had to humiliate her at the same time.
Correct.
So because he's a narcissist and he's emotionally abusive. And it's like I was triggered. I know it's interesting because one of my girlfriends, she was saying she went when she was in therapy. I don't know. It was like the week after, a day or so after the new finale aired. She said her therapist told her that she had already had 4 people that morning come in and say that they were triggered by the Vanderpump Rules finale.
Oh my God.
And everyone was triggered by different things.
Wow.
I was triggered by the fighting because when he stood up he was really,
he was very aggressive.
Yes.
Like,
and I mean, to me, I'm expecting him to throw something. And she did say later on that he threw a beer across the yard, a beer can, because we can see this in Scandoval. We see it.
Correct.
And, I'm not trying to be like, I don't know, diagnosing or overly accusatory, but God, it's like he does not stop being that stereotypical narcissistic abuser. He won't stop. He won't learn. He won't do anything from what he did 8 years ago. And it's like you kind of almost hope that because we thought Ariana was the great love of his life, that he wouldn't do it this way this time.
Right.
Sandoval's going to Sandoval.
Yeah.
At the end of the way.
He cannot help himself. Like literally listening to him on this second part of the reunion reminds me of the tone that he took when Miami Girl confronted him, and it was like, this is the same tone. I have never. It's like, you're lying. You're lying.
Yeah.
And I know you're
It's
lying.
the same tone with Kristen. It's the same tone with Miami Girl. It's the same tone with Eric.
Because you're fucking lying.
Have y'all noticed his
Anthony.
eyes? Like you know that little meme gif of there's one of a puppet and one of like a baby doll where they're going every time he's lying, he's like shifty eyes. And it's like, bruh, you gotta get a new way like to do this. Body language experts say that people, when they're going to lie, they practice the tone of voice and how they're going to say it. They don't practice the body language. So of course,
because the body language is natural.
Thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Your body is always going to give you away. And so Sandoval's body is always going, meh, meh. Like,
I'm going.
I'm
going.
I want to read Evangelina's Cantu message. She said, him yelling in that clip, she's talking about the one where Sandoval yelled at Ariana, motherfucker. She said him yelling in that clip is the real him, not the role he's trying to portray. And I agree. He has always tried to portray himself as like this, like fun, loving, exciting, kind of like chill.
The number one
like
guy in the group.
Yeah. That like hippity vibe. No, he is an asshole. That's
he is. He's the worst
is.
apologizer on Bravo, and Ramona Singer is on Bravo. So it's like, you know, you gotta work to get above Ramona. Let's say, I'm sorry, but
speaking of crazy eyes,
why are you saying but? Why are you saying but, sir?
Yeah.
But, okay, crazy eyes mean you can't apologize.
Right. I think it is. Okay. Did anybody else notice this? Tom and Raquel both kind of did the same thing and made it seem like Ariana was supposed to be Inspector Gadget and actually be very, very, very suspicious of them. I was like, well, she never say anything. And then Tom was like, well,
and this is why.
Same thing. I'm like, girl.
This is why. Again, having dated someone like Tom, the thing is, I can't be wrong if it's your fault.
Right.
There you go.
So
because both of them did the same thing. I'm like, wait a minute.
I can't be wrong. This is not on me. If it's your fault.
Well, I mean, you didn't come investigate, so you know.
No, you have right,
and that's your issue, right?
He expects her to be crazy, and then as soon as she's crazy, oh, why are you so crazy?
Why are you so crazy? Why are you so mad? Like, I was just going to Schwartz's house. Why are you so mad? I was just going over to Schwartz's house. Why wouldn't you follow? Why would you follow? You know what I mean? Like, it's those.
Why would she? She literally said, "I'm taking you at face value."
Yo, do you know how close they live? I used to live around the corner from them.
It's walking distance, right?
I almost not to where Schwartz lives. I don't want to give too much away just for their own safety. I almost, not only did I live in the same building that Katie and Kristen both live in, I almost moved into the building that Schwartz is living in. I took one look at the apartment that we had put a deposit down on, and I said, absolutely fucking not. I am not living here. We left. Legit, we were supposed to move that week. So I'm going to tell you that right now. The building isn't terrible, but I said absolutely not. That's all I'm going to say there.
Okay.
They live, and in LA, a mile is a ways. Okay. Like, I will give it that. No, they don't even live a mile away. I'm sorry. I know it sounds weird to put it this way, but are you really not going to trust someone to go less than a mile away from your home? How crazy!
Well, like, that's
do you
not
have to end
the
up
distance
being?
Isn't even the point. Like, it could be next door.
But that's
it's your buddy's house. Why would I be suspicious?
Right.
That's how he would turn it around. Is my point. Not only is it his best friend's house, but it's I'm just going down the dude. I'm just going down the street.
Like, wait a minute. I was just getting her some water.
Oh, right.
Come on.
Like, when nobody's talking, I wanted to see if that's discussed at the reunion, because you smashed her in the bed of the house that we shared. So it can't be all of those things. Like, it can't be, I should have followed you. It can't be, we weren't having sex when we were having sex. It can't be, we didn't spend time together. Like, all of these things can't be true. If you just said, I hurt you in the most horrible way.
Right.
Yeah, don't fake a panic attack at Vanderpump's house. Don't do that. Do not bring up to Sheena. And I'm like, Shishu, you should have popped those nails off when he said to you, she threatened to unalive herself. I'm like, you know what, fuck this. It's like, let me tell your ass something. It was like,
okay.
What?
Wait, so speaking of the Sheena of it all, we have this moment where, Andy asks her and she says, I can't comment. And then he asks everyone else. Lisa immediately jumps in and says, I think she slapped her. Yikes. Okay, Lisa. But then Tom gives the most dramatic pauses that we've ever seen on television. I think it was like 15 seconds.
It was a good 15, 30 seconds. And I'm sure they edited it.
I'm sorry. Is your brain fried? Why are you not speaking? Did you not hear the question?
I love LVP, but the misogyny that has been coming from her, not only can we stop using the word aggressive, period, around women, period? I am so goddamn and listen, I know who I'm talking to as I'm saying this, that word already is triggering, not for white women, but it means something totally different. I am so sick of this, where Lisa is just not getting it. I know she wants to play both sides of the fence.
Lisa just wants to get back at somebody for smacking her ass on TV.
It's right and wrong.
And then that lady's
go
not
after
on
Brandy.
there. You need to. Because the thing about it is that when Black women on Bravo are called aggressive, no one sticks up for them. Lala does it, and everybody's like, well, everybody treats it like it's warranted. I'm like, Lauren, this is not your fight. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, to go back to Summer House, I'm sorry, but this is probably part of why you don't need to go watch Southern Charm. I can't remember if it was Craig or Corey called Maya aggressive toward Oliver. Yeah. So it's like,
Austin and Craig are the reasons why I don't watch Winter House. Because
I don't blame you.
Austin is not attractive. He's just tall.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
You know what
Thank you. I've been saying this for years. I've been saying this for years.
Mediocre white man in person.
No, he's not.
Okay, that means he's attractive in person. He is ugly on camera.
No.
I think what you're
Kristen,
saying, he's charming in person.
Kristen, please.
He's charming in person.
He's I've seen him. I'm like, and I think that's the other thing. It's like he's charming, but let's be very clear. If Austin Kroll was 5'8", nobody would be checking for his ass.
That's right. He
not
is
at
just
all.
tall.
It is the 7 feet tall of it all.
Yes.
And I am 5'8".
I would
so
climb that like a
Kristen
spider
was
monkey.
Looking up and was like, oh, it just goes up and up and up.
Yep.
Let me tell you something, Austin. You are not Carl Radke. That is the tree that I want to climb.
Thank you, Stephanie. I'm on your page here.
Yeah.
But I haven't met any of them in person, so I'm going to bury my head in the sand if I see Austin and I'm like,
no.
Andrea
is the hottest.
She gonna put herself in the choking.
Andrea.
No, Andrea is
like
my
the
type.
hottest guy
He's
on
a
Bravo.
type.
He is so fine.
And he
so
smells
nice.
amazing.
Oh, Kristen, does he?
I took a deep breath in on that one. Yeah, I did. Sorry to sound like a perv.
Right, Kristen, he looks like he smells good. Like, I'm like, no, he looks like he smells good.
You did the full Jamie Lee Curtis smell on him.
She was like, I'm so ashamed.
Because Andrea is not super tall either. So.
No, he's not. My head fit right up in the crux of him. Like,
oh, girl. Okay. God damn. Lexi, you lucky bitch.
Do tell. I'm the
client. If you see this again, Andreas, just hi again, sweetheart. Hello again.
She said, hi, little friend.
I'm going to shoot my shot every time I see him. Like,
I'm gonna send him this clip. I promise you he's gonna see it. I'm gonna send it to him because we follow each other on Instagram and we had chatted, casually. So I'm gonna make sure that he sees this.
Andrea, do you have a brother, a cousin, anything? Like a step brother that looks sort of like you? I'm single.
Yeah, like he's
so am I. We all say.
I want to talk about.
Kristen,
I want to talk about Sheena since we were talking about her. That part when she got that letter. The part where Sheena got that letter, where little Rachel was removing the restraining order, whatever. Obviously it was very emotional for Sheena because she was dealing with so much stress. She couldn't even be at home without crying, and the kid was already, being stressed out about it too. And then we pivot to Rachel having absolutely no emotion, which, by the way, to me is really strange that she has shown zero emotion, none, zero, nada.
She is either like has this scary good ability to like disassociate, or like I don't know if she's taking Xanax before, but like it is wild how just like, stoic she is.
I have a theory. I really do, and I hope that this is not correct. Actually, no, it doesn't really matter if it's correct or not. This is my thing. I am watching someone who does not show any emotion on their face, like they're not reading the room, and I'm like, you are at the lowest end of the spectrum, and that's what I'm starting to see. And I'm like, I don't think I'm right. I'm just like, I'm not trying to diagnose you because I'm not one of the psychologists that's sitting up on TikTok watching these videos, but I'm like, it's like there's no connection. I'm like, it's like you're doing eye contact. That theory
before too.
Yeah, it's like I heard it and I was like, what y'all talking about?
I think the same thing, Stephanie. I think that would make more sense, or else she has to have sociopathic tendencies. I put out a thing on my Instagrams from the finale when she was like laughing, and I was like, no, there is something wrong with her. This isn't just someone who doesn't care.
Scene and she was like smiling.
No, I mean, I'm talking about the newer finale when she's laughing in confessional, and it's like this is not normal. And I had probably 20 to 30 people message me saying, I'm a licensed therapist, I am a clinician, I studied this, I have this degree. I literally probably read so many of these, and the resounding diagnosis that they couldn't formally diagnosed was narcissistic traits. That was always the first one. A few said bipolar disorder might be one of them. I didn't hear spectrum, but that was my biggest thing, is I thought maybe she doesn't understand how to properly emote.
Process.
Yes, the way someone who is not neurodivergent.
Yeah.
But it was scary.
There is a part of me even still that like actually does feel really bad for Rachel, because I do think that she has issues. Like
there's something there. It's like we don't know.
Again, I'm not going to diagnose anyone. I'm speaking from my personal experience and dealing with someone on the spectrum. On the spectrum where they were diagnosed, they do not know they were diagnosed. They were diagnosed in high school, in the 9th grade, and their parents did not tell them because they did not want them treated any differently. So they do not know that they have Asperger's.
Yeah.
I found out about that later in life. So for me, things clicked. And I could now deal with things appropriately. I can no longer get upset because they don't read the room.
Right.
That is not their fault.
Correct.
They don't know.
That's how I kind of feel.
And I preface all of that to say, Rachel did not have a steady, stable upbringing.
She didn't?
I say that to say, y'all can kill me in the comments because y'all know I don't give a F. I say all that to say, I think that Rachel has not been diagnosed with something that could help her read the room.
Yeah.
I studied business. I didn't study psychology. I don't know what that could be.
Right.
However, I can only see that emotions do not click for her. It is very awkward for her to look people in the eye, not just her girlfriends who she's deceived, but her boyfriend who she is having awkward conversations with. He can also not hug him eye to eye. So there are other things at play that just make it seem very awkward for me. Not to say that I'm not judging her. Yeah, I'm judging. You knew it was wrong to sleep with your friend's boyfriend. However,
it doesn't excuse that.
It doesn't excuse that. I'm thinking that something is just not clicking with the morality.
It explains the behavior afterward a little bit more.
Like it's just a little something.
It just doesn't seem right. It's not someone who just doesn't care.
It's something that's so weird. Even when Sheena was explaining how she said it, I'm like, she's saying it like it's not no big deal.
Well,
you're saying that to Ariana's best friend. I'm like, why? You lucky I'm sorry, I would have bloodied your face. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna earn that restraining order.
It's like when
don't say that to none of my friends.
Yeah, it's like when she said like, I should have wrote Sheena a a personal note.
Right.
And she's kind of like smiling and kind of like giggling. I was like, are you kidding me?
These things are
Gina is crying on the TV screen because of the action that you
reaction.
did. But it's no reaction. And then she said something so... something is missing up here. I should have just sent a personal note. I'm like, no, this is not the reaction that an adult have. Sometimes I felt like before we have this conversation about being in the spectrum or the possibility of her being in it, I always felt like maybe she's not mature enough. Maybe she's just a child who doesn't, process how her actions have consequences, and she thinks there is nothing going on. But the more I watched the reunion, I was like, no, this is beyond than just not being mature.
Yeah, no. She's 28 years old. She's about to turn 29. Like, I got married when I was 29.
Disconnect.
Nah.
There's an emotional disconnect that's there. So it's like, we're not, like, all of us, we are not, I'm not a psychologist. I cannot diagnose her. It's just very much like, this is starting, like, that would just explain not her fucking Sandoval, but her behavior around it. Why are you why are you not understanding why she is upset? It's like, ma'am, are you effing kidding me? Your first thing was to file a temporary restraining order against your friend after you told her that you fucked her best friend's man?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, Eddie, I think you have a point, because the frontal lobe isn't fully developed until what, 25, 26?
25, yeah.
Okay, so let's just say she's not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary. On top of her frontal lobe, not it. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a new one. That is a new one. You're saying,
shout out to Charlamagne on the Breakfast Club. He's been saying that one for years, and it just stuck. I love it. Like, I may not be the highest grade of weed in the dispensary. Dream, huh? She is no Jack Herr. She is not the Sugar Plum Sunset.
No Jack Herrera. Okay.
That is so funny.
I love it. I can feel that BravoCon is gonna be really fun, Philly.
Oh my god! Listen, I was already telling Kristen, girl, you're coming to my room and hanging out. Yeah. Like, we've already had these combos. Like,
listen. The flight is booked. The hotel is booked. I'm there. Like, I'm in Vegas, November, that Thursday through that Monday. Like,
y'all, it's almost it's like technically my birthday weekend. That weekend. Too.
Oh, amazing! Is this your birthday? We must celebrate.
And it's my first time in Vegas. I'm not saying it's a hangover.
Oh, we're doing it up. We are doing it.
We are gonna get the IVs brought to our room.
Yeah.
Yes. We you cannot not do it.
Yes. We might as well recharge me with some B12s. Like,
yes.
Clearly, I've been to LA.
Kristen, when are you arriving to Vegas?
Thursday night.
Thursday night. We're arriving on Wednesday.
Yeah, so, Eddie and I have been coordinating our stuff too.
Yeah, we already have everything coordinated.
I'm going to drop my stuff off and come see you guys. Like, plus my brother lives out in LA. He's coming to meet me in Vegas. Like,
oh, that's good.
One of my girlfriends is coming out too. Shout out to Tessa, who's coming on my podcast tomorrow at Your Favorite Ex-Girlfriend. She's out picketing right now. She's the one Tessa is like incredible. If y'all haven't seen the Lifetime movie, Single Black Female, she wrote that. Thank you very much.
Yes. I did. It was funny, great. Like, it was funny, scary, high, funny drama. Like, it was good.
There's a sequel coming.
Yay.
And Tessa wrote it again. Also,
congratulations.
From real life experience.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all, you got to follow Tessa. I'm sorry. You got to follow her. She's staying, as of now, in my room with me. So, yeah.
Yay. Nice.
So, I have another question with the Rachel of it all. We saw the one-on-one moment with Andy. It still feels like she's digging a hole deeper than what she was already in. She got the audacity of blaming Ariana for not following Scandoval and not questioning her for, why Scandoval was out with her all the time. I'm like, well, maybe because that was your best friend and she trusted you. What's not clicking? So I want to know how you guys feel about Rachel's one-on-one with Andy.
So when I was in the bar, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
When I was in the bar, we're sitting down and we're drinking and we're, kind of chit-chatting, and she comes on and she starts talking and we're like, wait, what? oh, we get it now. I don't want to say that Lala was right with calling him Randall, but you can see where he's manipulative and controlling and wants to put the spin on things. So part of me is like, this is just Tom talking. Part of me is like, this is just the controlling nature. This is the things he would do. It's a Scandoval being Scandoval. Like, oh. And she has no personality. Ariana called it. You just want someone to gas you up. You just want somebody to listen to you. You like, it was. This is clearly I'm triggered. This was one of those things that got to me, was him trying to just control what she says, control the narrative. Really just, I got like.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's hard.
It is.
I feel you.
It is diabolical, because let me just say this. I don't want to give Lauren from Utah any sort of inch, because I'm like, ma'am, you could be quiet. You were screaming in faces just last season saying Randall is a stand-up man. And now here you are acting like you're Joan of Arc. I'm like, girl, shut up. It's like, get out of my face. However, she is right about Raquel in this moment. Like, baby, please stop acting like you like it was Agatha all along when it comes to Raquel. It was not. You literally just did not like that bitch. Stop acting like you actually knew this was going to happen. Because if you did, then you should have been the one to sit down to Ariana and not Sheena. If you really, really thought something was going on, why didn't you go to Ariana, madam? It's like, but we're talking about.
I think she tried.
I think she tried, but I think that's why I just like Sheena. But also, let me clock back into the Dixon district. Andrew, we watched for 11 minutes straight. You grill Robin Dixon because she didn't tell you that something that happened in between filming. However, it's like, however, we are watching you not really go that hard on Thomas, White Nail Sandoval, or Raquel. You like, wait a minute. When are you going to grill their asses? Because you grilled Robin because she didn't tell y'all something. They literally were fucking for like 8 months.
Because they're banking on this.
Job. Like,
oh my God. I had to cover my face with my Lala re-shopping bag. Like,
see, I have a hard time because I used to have almost a disdain for Lala. I did at first. Something in her I love now because I feel like she's become more authentic. And yes, there is the hypocrisy. This entire cast is full of hypocrites, as it's been pointed out, right? I think Ariana, at this point in the reunion, this is just my guess, is that she has spent so much time already yelling and screaming at Sandoval, she was ready to let someone else do it.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why she was good with it. Otherwise, I think we all forget Ariana used to be one of our, she used to be like clapping back all the time, and she hasn't really needed to for a while. She's just been living her life being real and giving us like what's actually going on in her life. She hasn't had anyone she needed to go in on. And so it's so refreshing, especially, the certain things that I personally am triggered by, of getting to see someone stand up for her in those moments that, like, all of us women who have been there, we didn't have someone in the room with us standing up for us when we were getting confused by the gaslighting and we were questioning our own goddamn sanity and all of that. And to have someone there going, no, you shut up, and calling, can you imagine getting to have one of your friends stand there calling like your ex an ugly fuck? You mustached one prick.
These are like
yes.
This is what you want. Like, I swear, like, Caitlin is really just saying everything that I'm feeling. And it sucks to, kind of be in that position where somebody uses your vulnerability against you.
Everything you've ever shared, they use it as a weapon. They weaponize everything that you have ever said was difficult for you. Any fear you've had, they will use it against you. And in that just to get someone digging in like that, that is the most
It's
poetic
refreshing.
justice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very refreshing.
Yeah.
Again, you'll see, Ariana very much lean back, cross her legs, and like, you got it. To
Right.
both James and Lala, because there's a point when you are just kind of like physically, mentally, and emotionally just over
Exhausted.
it.
Over.
It's like,
You
I'm
are
over this.
exhausted and over it. And I think
Her weave
Again,
is
these are-
exhausted. Her panty liner is exhausted.
Yes.
her wig is exhausted. Like, yes.
Mm.
Again, I am okay. These are, again, this was something that was triggering for me.
Yeah.
I have broken up with this person. I am in a heal space. Like, this is, again, it's things.
Good.
I guess this is why people were so very reactionary to the situation.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because they have either been Raquel, they've been James.
Yeah.
They've broken up with somebody to only find out that they hooked up with their friend. Like, these are real
Ugh.
things that happen. And for people who especially have watched the show and are invested,
Yes.
Mhm.
it's
That-
it's heartbreaking. And for people like me who are relatively new to the show, it triggers some type of reaction because damn, I remember when this motherfucker did that shit. Like,
Just
I'm
the
not
way they were
crazy,
yelling
like,
back and
how-
forth.
like, how would you go? Like, I had somebody like this situation that has me triggered, went on Twitter and would say, "Don't you hate it when a female says, 'Put me in, coach,' and you really don't want to be with them?"
What?
Get the
When have I ever struck anybody as a person that's want to beg for attention? Like, and it
What
was just
the
really
hell?
those kind of back and forth things in public, like
yes, I know
around our
yes.
friends. It's just
Yeah, I had an ex that knew I had a previous ex who was so abusive that like he would use the universe, like the law of attraction against me and say, "Oh, you're chaos. You attract chaos."
you attract.
And so my ex in one of like our worst fights says your ex was right about you. And this was someone I'm not even going to go into it, was diabolical. And this ex said your ex was right about you. You are chaos. And it's those things that they don't sound. Oh, girl, this is where like in the moments of him and Ariana arguing and where she gets to the point where she's just like, just shut the fuck up. Because it's like you can't even argue anymore because nothing makes sense. And then you're getting yourself confused. And Ariana is smart as hell. I don't know if y'all remember, she was in Mensa as a child.
Yeah.
You got like, I probably can't even spell it as an adult. Okay. Like this is someone who is incredibly intelligent, like actually high IQ. And she's so fast. And if you have her getting to the point where she's telling you just shut the fuck up, this man has run her ragged for years.
It's
round and round.
Because it's like literally, she seemed in the finale, she seemed so exhausted. At this reunion, like, bitch, I am cute. But it's also very just draining. And it's like, I have literally been standing up for this man for like 9 years.
Yes.
I have been in your corner. And the minute that you screw up, it is my fault. I'm so sorry. Words will not work. Ariana, beat his ass now.
I also believe
words don't work.
I also believe that Ariana is letting them take care of Sandoval and Swords, James and Lala specifically.
Yeah.
I do believe that she's saving her energy for Miss Raquel. I feel like Ariana's gonna snap when she comes in on the stage. I think she's waiting for that moment to actually unleash her anger and unleash. She's gonna say everything needs to be said when she's present on the stage. And I know that just by the fact that she said she changed the seating chart.
He's like, you're gonna swipe that? She was like, no.
She ended and it's like,
was
you need to
amazing.
move Swords. And she's like, absolutely not.
No.
She was the boss of ending that moment.
It's like, Andrew, please, y'all have been banking on this for how many goddamn weeks? No, I know that fuck she is not. You will not inch that piece of shit next to me. Absolutely.
And the crazy thing is, remember, guys, they stopped filming in January, late January, early February.
They said
no, back in like September.
They stopped filming Principal in September of last year.
When they stopped filming.
They were doing interviews.
September.
That's right. Yeah. They were doing interviews by the time BravoCon came.
I was like,
and then they picked up again in
crew. Like they were supposed to be filming a party for Dorit, and they had to stop the party and borrow their crew from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
They said this came out on a Wednesday. They're like, cameras were back up on like 2 days later. I was
like Thursday, Friday, because we were we were all on our phones for like 36, 72 hours straight because it was non-stop. Like I legit had 1 million eyes on my page just from like that weekend's postings, and I couldn't stop. Like my thumbs had carpal tunnel, just scrolling.
Lisa, do you want to share any last thought? I know you mentioned before that you needed to jump.
Yeah, sorry guys, I gotta jump. This has been amazing. Sending all of you love. I know, whatever you have gone through in the past, you're on the other side, like Caitlin said, and but I'm sad I have to jump because I want to hear everyone's theories on what we think the big reveal is going to be in part 3. But until then, make sure you guys follow at Bravo Breaking News on Instagram, on YouTube, and I'm also at Lisa Not Rena. So thank you so much.
Lisa, what's your before you go? What's your theory of the big reveal? What do you think it is?
Eddie, I don't know. I have been thinking about this so much, but I have a feeling that the secret lies within that blue dress that Raquel is wearing in that confessional. I'm so
the
intrigued
Monica
by
Lewinsky dress. Okay, I'm so
Yes,
sorry.
exactly.
I keep saying
she is wearing that dress in prior episodes, and then we saw her wearing it in the finale when she's talking about her relationship with Sandoval. So there is something going on there. I don't know. I know the most the front running theory is that we're going to find out that this affair started, back when she was with James. At first, I didn't think that was a big enough deal, but now I'm kind of thinking maybe that's it. So I will leave you guys with that.
Sounds great. Thank you, Lisa, for joining us. And,
thank you so much.
Good to see you, Lisa.
You are welcome to come back anytime you want. This is, my podcast is your podcast too. Thank you for coming.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, Lisa. And since we are in that segment of the night, just to close it, because I think we need to save some energy for part 3 that happens next week.
There's still a part 3.
I'm sorry, Eddie. Did anybody notice that Andy didn't say next week the reunion concludes?
I didn't hear that part either.
Wait a minute. He just said next week, part 3. I'm like, usually if it's the last part, he says, next week the reunion concludes. I'm like, wait a minute.
Stephanie.
It has to be. It has to be.
It was like, wait a minute. I thought they said it was 3 parts. It's like, I thought they said it was 3 parts. I was like, wait, hold up.
It's 3 parts, but I think we're going to get some extended things on Peacock, from what I understand. I could be completely wrong.
Yeah.
But.
Well, based on what I know, I'm going to New York City next week for the Bravo, the official Bravo viewing party in New York City. Jax is actually hosting it.
Oh, God. Okay.
I know. I'm like, I don't know how this is going to go. But I do believe that next week is the last part. They wouldn't have a last viewing party if it wasn't the finale. But you are right, Stephanie. They usually said on the next week, the final part or part 3 is the end or whatever. They didn't do that. And it makes me wonder if they are saving some kind of special episode for after that.
Oh.
Yeah. Because it's like, I could have sworn they said the big reveal was going to be on the second part. I'm like, okay, so what was the
thought
reveal?
That too.
And now it's like, don't miss the last 5 minutes of part 3. I'm like, girl, what the hell?
Listen, I'm going to say this, and again, you guys can disagree with me. Ooh. I heard that these ratings were crap before this came out.
It's true.
I heard this show.
It was.
I heard this show was circling the drain.
It was.
Now, I think that because some people won't film with other people,
there you go,
that this now has to have a spinoff.
There you go. They were originally going to do that. They were going to do like Vanderpump Valley or something like that.
Yeah.
Valley.
I don't know if it's going to be the Valley.
neighbors.
I don't know if it's going to be Vegas. I don't know if it's going to be something about her. I don't know what it is, but I am like, I think that there's going to be Rachel, Charlie,
Charlie won't film with her. Hell no.
No. I'm saying the younger girls, younger staff rebuild and take what we know as Vanderpump Rules to Vegas.
The thing about it is they could have did that Vegas spinoff because remember, Sheena did a whole Vegas review. I'm like, y'all could have did this spinoff with Vanderpump Vegas because Sheena was there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe they wanted to see how her review was, and
Yeah, the thing about it is, it's like I want to know what is so big that Lisa Vanderpump is questioning if they will want to film with each other. I'm like, wait a minute, time out. What is so big that they literally would not?
I'm telling you, it's because Rachel's coming back. Rachel's coming back.
I was gonna say allegedly nobody knows except the people who were in the room, and it's supposed to be maybe just Andy and the other person. We think it's Rachel, the person who says it, but that's what people are taking from the trailer. Imagine if it's somebody else's secret. That would be freaking explosive.
So is this supposed to be some thing that happens from like the one-on-ones and they're watching it? Because are they watching the one-on-ones?
No, they have no idea about it.
It was that they weren't going to see it until the reunion aired. That was the thing. And they didn't. And Alex Baskin gave that interview to Variety, the executive producer, and he said, I don't know if people are going to want to renew their contracts.
Oh boy.
She's pregnant.
No.
I know she's not. I know she's not. I'm just talking smack, everybody. I'm not putting that out there that Rachel is pregnant. Talk.
See, this is my other thing about the whole Scandoval of it all. When Sheena interviewed Schwartz talking about there was a rumor about you making out with Raquel at Coachella, and I was like, that's weird. And I'm like, wait a minute. I think the person she was making out with was Tom Sandoval, because I'm sorry, a lot of people watch Pump Rules, but they don't watch it like that. They're like, oh yeah, she was making out with some dude named Tom. I'm like,
they could easily
Sandoval. I'm like, it's got to be Schwartz because Sandoval is with Ariana. Who would cheat on her?
Right.
It's
Tracy with the ass. Yes.
It's like, wait a minute. I'm like, this has been going on longer because, hi, none of y'all have this timeline. Schwartz is saying one thing, Lisa saying another one, Sandoval saying this, Raquel is saying that. It's like, girl, what the hell is happening?
I mean,
maybe
they have a production meeting.
Evangelina Cantu said that she sent a message saying, I hope I'm wrong, but I have a theory, Brock. And I hope that's not it.
I hope it's not.
I hope you're wrong too.
I'm like, it better be not, because they did ask, and I'm like, Sheena,
and they have a child. They have a child.
Those fucking nails clean fuck off and beat her ass.
Honestly, I don't think he would jeopardize his citizenship.
Oh yeah,
over
that's
that.
right.
Like,
yeah.
I have a feeling. that it's maybe that Rachel and Sandoval actually started their relationship way before than we know.
Before August, it's like yeah. Because it's like even him helping James with his proposal read extremely weird to me, because I would expect you doing that for Tom Schwartz. It's like, why are you doing this for James?
Okay, so I'm going to point out something I noticed early in this season. I'm going to say, I think it was season 3, and please correct me again because I'm new. I'm not season 3, episode 3. This was when the Toms were creating the restaurant, and one day you don't see Tom with the lightning bolt necklace, and then a few days later you do, and then fast forward and the 3 weeks later, that's when you see Rachel getting hers. I personally think if they picked up the cameras in July, I think there was maybe some inappropriate flirtation going on in June.
Oh yeah, easily.
Like, I think there was conversations that should not have been had. a few too many text messages that were sent. Just very, very, just too familiar, too comfortable type relationship. And early in the summer, you know what? I'm going to say in April, when she had her legs wrapped around his head. Like, that is very...
That picture from Coachella is very chilling. It's like...
It's very telling, and it's very... It's very sexual. I mean, I as a straight woman, I don't mind a man's head between my legs. Like...
Correct.
Right. Yeah.
So
I don't mind it.
You know, it's been there. It's been there for a while.
I wanna say, let's save some energy for next week.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of juice. So I want you guys to, each of you guys, promote your platforms and invite people to your social media, because you guys know that I love every single one of the people that I invite. I mean, you guys are friends. You guys are content creators I respect and admire. So I want people who are listening to go and check your stuff out, because I know they are awesome. So the platform is all yours for you guys to share your social media. So let's go with whoever wants to go first.
You ladies go first.
Go ahead, Kristen.
Okay, you can catch me actively on Instagram at Philly.Diva. The dot is very important. There's a lot of divas in Philly, like, can't you tell? Philly.Diva on Instagram, same on TikTok. The Philly Diva on YouTube, THEE, and the podcast is coming soon.
Yay!
Yes.
Guys, I'm the host of the Mocha Minute Podcast. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, same handle, Mocha Minutes. You can also follow me personally on Twitter. Do not look at my likes, judge your mother, okay? You can follow me, Sunny Twote that. It's like, don't be looking at my likes. Don't worry about why I'm like.
Don't worry about my likes.
Don't worry about that. worry about get you some business. I'm kidding. But you also, if you would like to buy me a coffee, buymeacoffee.com/Mocha Minutes. And I'm here all week.
Yeah. You can find me at Besties by Bravo. That's just the same across all the channels, including Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, all of that. And you can find my podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeart, all of it. You literally anywhere you listen, and the video podcasts come out on YouTube.
Yay!
Thank you for having me. It was so fun chatting.
This was so much
fun, Eddie.
Ooh, my
martinis.
We gotta. I wanna invite you all back for the final panel, which is part 3. And for those who are listening and watching this on YouTube, make sure that you share this with your friends. If they're watching Vanderpump Rules, this is the place to be. We have a live chat. You go, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Martini with Eddie. If you hit the notification, you will know exactly when we go live. Also, please subscribe to my podcast, Martini with Eddie. And like I always say, leave a rate to your favorite podcaster, because your love is the only way that we can thrive and survive in this sea of creators. Also, if you want extra tea, you know where to find it. Martini with Eddie on Twitter and Instagram, and my personal page, martinwithEddie.com, where you can also find my new merch line. I started with Poo Poo Head. I'm releasing You're an Evil.
I was like, that's a company called Poo Poo Head?
Poo Poo Head. That's my first line, and now I'm with the Housewives of New Jersey. I'm releasing You Are a Demon, which
You Are
is
the
the
Devil.
one with You're the Devil. I'm
I
releasing
may
that
have
one
seen
next
it. It's
week.
great.
And I'm going to also release I Was Not Your Friend Ho. I was not your best friend ho. Like
I was not your best friend ho.
That's also coming out next week. So if you want any of this merch, you know where to find it at martinywithEddie.com. And you guys, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys back next week. And
thank you for having me.
If you guys want to say it with me, I always say bye besties at the end. So I'm gonna count to 3 and you guys say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Bye besties.
besties.
Yeah.